Hello everyone, thank you for tuning into my channel. If you're just tuning into this channel for the first time, my name is Eukaria. I'm a registered nurse working in the UK, and on this channel I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about becoming a registered nurse in New Zealand and Australia. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos as well. Thank you so much. Today, I'm going to be telling you guys about agencies that are actively recruiting nurses in Australia. Like, they are actively recruiting from the UK. So if you're interested in working in Australia and you have your license already, or you're actively working towards getting your license, please reach out to these agencies and you might be lucky. So Australia is actually structured like the UK. They have different states in Australia, I think about 6 or 7 states. They have Tasmania, Queensland, Victoria, New South Wales, Southern Australia, Northern Territory, and Western Australia. So where you want to go depends if you're single, if you have a family, or if you want to live in a low-cost area, because some states, the cost of living in some states are higher than that of others. So I'm going to be telling you agencies recruiting from some of these states. So the first one on my list, my favorite recruitment agency, beautiful people. Their employment, they are very swift. If they give you offer, as long as you provide them with your compliance documents on time, sharp, they will just give you your contracts. Medas Healthcare, and they are, to the best of my knowledge, they are actively recruiting from New South Wales at the moment, and they offer permanent residency visa, which is the 186 visa, and I know that's what everyone is looking for. So if you're looking at staying in Australia permanently, then you might want to reach out to Medas Healthcare, especially if you want to live in New South Wales. They are actually recruiting from other states as well, but I'm just telling you the one that I'm sure of presently. New South Wales, they have loads of offers from New South Wales, and that's the Medas Healthcare, and you might want to reach out to them as well. The next one on my list, beautiful people. They are recruiting from Victoria, and one beautiful thing about living in Victoria is the cost of living there is very low. I don't know if the inflation affected Victoria as well, because sometimes when I'm going through things online and I'm looking at cost of living, everything I see in Victoria is cheap and affordable, So if you have family and you're looking for a cost-effective place, then Victoria might be a destination of choice for you. And More Health is actually recruiting from Victoria, and they are very good. Very good agency. The only thing about them is I think their offers are mostly from private hospitals, and these private hospitals want you to work with them for a specific period of time, and they offer you permanent residency as well, with clause, of course. And then the next agency on my list is CPL Healthcare. Beautiful people, amazing recruitment agency, very supportive. If you're working with CPL Healthcare, they schedule a meeting with you every 2 weeks to know how you're faring, to know if you're finding it difficult to get your documents. They are very supportive, and they are recruiting actively in Tasmania. So CPL is recruiting actively in Tasmania. Tasmania is a very beautiful place. I love Tasmania. There are lots of things to explore in Tasmania. So if you're this mountain kind of person, Tasmania is more like a tourist attraction center, like a tourist destination. There's a whole lot of Australian history to explore in Tasmania. But the capital of Tasmania, which is Hobart, might be expensive for some people, but there are cheaper places to live in Tasmania as well, like Launceston is, I think the cost of living there is actually lower compared to their capital. So if you're looking at going to Tasmania, please reach out to CPL Healthcare. They are actively recruiting at the moment. And then there is this one, Eyes Recruitment Agency. They as I'm talking to you, they are scheduling interviews with nurses this May, because I've had like 2 or 3 nurses who interviewed with them. So they are actively recruiting for New South Wales, and Sydney is in New South Wales. For those of you that want to visit Sydney, the popular city, one of the popular cities in the world, or you want to live in Sydney, please reach out to Eyes or Medax Healthcare. as they are actively recruiting in these places, and they are offering, all of these agencies that I've mentioned are actually offering the 186 visa, which is the permanent residency visa. And then there are other agencies that might offer you the 482 visa, which is like the tier 2 visa. I'm not sure if they offer the permanent residency visa. Maybe they do, but mostly what they offer is 482 visa, is the HCA healthcare. So these are the few agencies that are actively recruiting in Australia at the moment. And please, if you're working towards getting your license, or you already have your license and you want to relocate immediately or later on, please reach out to these people, and I'm sure they will definitely have something in stock for you. Now, a lot of people ask me a lot of questions about the grading system in Australia, how to negotiate salary and all of that. I'm also going to be talking about that today. So Australian recruitment doesn't work in a way that you have to negotiate salary. Maybe some people have had to negotiate their salaries, but I spoke with virtually all these recruitment agencies, and I didn't have to negotiate my salary at all, because there's a grading system. Like in Tasmania will start with grade registered nurses from grade 3, level 1. Level 1 means you have 1 year of experience. Australia pays you according to your years of experience, which is one of the reasons why you should actually go to Australia. So let's say you've been a nurse for 10 years. The UK will start you on band 5, but Australia will start you on that level 10. Will start you at level 10. So Tasmania, you have 10 years of experience. Tasmania will grade you as grade 3, level 10. So you have 8 years of experience. Tasmania will grade you as grade 3, level 8. Then their minimum wage is also very nice. Whereas Victoria, on the other hand, will start you from level 2. But the same similar pay scale. Don't be confused, because I've come across most nurses that say, oh, nurse UK, my friend was graded level 3 in Tasmania, whereas I got a job in Victoria and I was graded as level 2. Don't be confused. Different states have their different grading system and their different minimum wage. So Victoria will grade you as grade 2, level 9, or grade 2, level 8, meaning you have 8 years of experience. Tasmania will grade you as grade 3, level 8, grade 3, level 10, meaning you have 8 to 10 years of experience, as the case may be, or as applies to you. So, and these two people, grade 2, whether you're grade 2, whether you're grade 3, is the same pay scale. Maybe $1,000 or $2,000 difference, $1,000 or $2,000 difference in salary, depending on which state you find yourself in. Then New South Wales, on the other hand, don't have the grade system, but they do the level. So let's say you have 1 year of experience, you're level 1. You have 2 years of experience, you're level 2. You have 3 years of experience, you're level 3. They don't do the grade 1, level 3, grade 2, level 3. No, they don't do that. So different states and their different grades. I'm also going to be telling you guys about how to capture employers' interest. So for employers in Australia to actually consider you, you need to have had up to 6 months to 1 year of experience working in the UK or in Canada or America or any of those European countries aside the African countries. They do not consider your experience that you got in Africa, Nigeria inclusive. They are looking out for your years of experience in the UK or any of those countries I've mentioned. So I've had Australian employers tell me that I'm actually qualified for the job. I passed the interview, but they did not consider me as a preferred candidate because I didn't have up to 2 years of experience. So every hospital have their own requirements, and just make sure you have up to 6 months of experience before you start applying for jobs in Australia. Another thing you need to note is that they employ you based on your field of practice in the UK. So you cannot be a theatre nurse in the UK and you're applying to be a cardiac nurse in Australia just because you've had cardiac experience in the past. They will not consider you. So if you're working as a cardiac nurse in the UK, you need to be applying for cardiac jobs in Australia or to work in medical surgical wards, as the case may be, because that's where you fit in. They would not consider you if you begin to apply to work in the ITU just because you work in a high dependence cardiac unit. It doesn't work that way at all. So if you were working in aged care when you initially came to the UK, and then you move to working as an ITU nurse, and then from the ITU you move back to aged care, and you've been in aged care for like 1 year, and you're trying to apply to work as an intensive care nurse in Australia, I don't think they're going to consider you. They're going to consider your most relevant experience, the most relevant field of nursing, the most recent relevant field of nursing that you're actually practicing in. That's what employers are going to be looking at for. So it's worthy to take note of some of these things before you begin your Australian journey, because these are some of the things that delay getting employment there. They are very strict. Recruitment process for Australia is very strict. They are very thorough, because they value their healthcare system, and they want to recruit the best. So just make sure that whatever field of practice that you are applying to work in, you have the relevant experience, and you're actually currently working in that field at the moment. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, like my videos and subscribe to my channels, guys. And also, if you have questions for me that you would like me to discuss in my next video, please drop them in the comment section.